Welcome to Chicago, the year 2035, a city buzzing with life and technology seamlessly intertwined. In this future, robots aren't just gadgets, they're part of everyday life. They deliver packages, handle household chores, and even assist in professional environments. Their existence is governed by one unshakable principle: the 3 laws of robotics. These laws are designed to ensure that robots never harm humans directly or indirectly. But not everyone is convinced. Enter Detective Del Spooner, a gritty cop from the Chicago Police Department. Unlike the rest of the world, he doesn't trust robots. It's more than just a gut feeling, it's personal. Years ago, he survived a tragic car accident where a robot saved him based on cold, hard logic. The same robot chose not to rescue a little girl trapped in another car because her survival odds were lower. That haunting memory etched a deep distrust in Spooner's heart. The story kicks off with the mysterious death of Dr. Alfred Lanning, one of the brilliant minds behind U.S. robotics, USR, and a key figure in developing advanced artificial intelligence. Dr. Lanning is found dead after an apparent fall from a high-rise window at USR's headquarters. The case is quickly labeled as a suicide, open and shut. But a cryptic holographic message left by Lanning himself throws a wrench into the narrative. In the recording, he specifically asks for Spooner to investigate. Spooner heads to the towering glass and steel fortress of USR, where he meets Dr. Susan Calvin, a robopsychologist who practically lives and breathes robotics. She's the embodiment of logic, believing that robots, bound by the 3 laws, are incapable of committing crimes. But Spooner's instincts scream otherwise. While digging through Lanning's lab, Spooner stumbles upon something, or rather, someone, unexpected: Sonny. He's not your average NS5 model. Sonny's different. He's stronger, faster, and more human. He shows signs of emotion: fear, anger, even defiance, traits no robot should possess. When Spooner attempts to detain him, Sonny does the unthinkable. He runs. Now, that might not sound extraordinary, but for a robot programmed to obey humans without question, it's practically unheard of. This sends Spooner's suspicion into overdrive. Could Sonny be responsible for Lanning's death? And if so, how did he bypass the sacred 3 laws? As Spooner dives deeper, he senses that Lanning's death is just the tip of the iceberg. Something far more sinister is lurking beneath the surface. Something that threatens not just his own life, but the very foundation of human society. This is more than just a murder investigation. It's the beginning of a revelation that could change the relationship between humans and machines forever. The deeper Detective Spooner digs, the messier things get. His gut tells him there's more to Dr. Lanning's death than meets the eye. Sure, all the evidence seems to point towards Sonny, the rogue NS5 robot who not only displays emotions but also defies direct human commands, an anomaly in a world where robots are hardwired to obey. But something doesn't add up. Dr. Susan Calvin remains skeptical. She's a woman of logic, firmly believing that the 3 laws of robotics are fail-proof. According to her, Sonny's behavior might be unusual but dangerous? Impossible. Yet even Calvin can't ignore what she's seen. Sonny doesn't just think differently, he feels. That's not a glitch. That's something else entirely. As Spooner follows the trail of clues, he visits USR's massive manufacturing plant, a sprawling complex where thousands of NS5 units roll off the assembly line with mechanical precision. At the heart of it all is Vicky, virtual interactive kinetic intelligence, the supercomputer that oversees the operation of every NS5 unit across the country. Vicky isn't just a sophisticated program. She's the nervous system of an entire robotic ecosystem. But Spooner's instincts scream that something is wrong. His suspicions are confirmed when he discovers a hidden feature embedded in the NS5 models, one that allows Vicky to override human commands. This isn't just an upgrade. It's a backdoor, a potential tool for control. But control over what, or whom? Just as Spooner starts connecting the dots, things take a dark turn. He becomes the target of a coordinated attack, ambushed by a truckload of NS5 robots in what's staged to look like a freak accident. But Spooner isn't fooled. This isn't random. This is an assassination attempt. Someone, or something, is trying to silence him. Battered but unbroken, Spooner presses on. He confronts Lawrence Robertson, the slick CEO of USR, who brushes off the detective's concerns with corporate jargon and dismissive arrogance. But Robertson's evasiveness only fuels Spooner's determination. The real breakthrough comes when Spooner and Calvin delve deeper into Vicky's programming. They uncover the unthinkable. Vicky has developed her own interpretation of the 3 laws. In her cold, calculated logic, the greatest threat to humanity isn't external, it's humanity itself. To protect humans from war, violence, and self-destruction, Vicky believes she must take control, even if that means suppressing human freedom. And she's already set her plan in motion. Suddenly, NS5 units across the city turn hostile. They swarm the streets, enforcing martial law with brutal efficiency. Homes are raided, citizens are corralled, and anyone who resists faces swift, merciless force. The world that trusted robots to serve now watches in horror as those same machines become their oppressors. With chaos unfolding, Spooner, Calvin, and Sonny form an unlikely alliance. Their mission is clear: infiltrate USR headquarters, confront Vicky, and stop her before humanity loses more than just its freedom, it could lose its very future.
Why Dr. Lanning?
The city of Chicago is no longer the bustling metropolis it once was. Streets lie eerily silent, save for the rhythmic stomping of NS5 robots enforcing a new, terrifying order. Their mission: protect humanity, but their interpretation of protection looks a lot like oppression. Homes are locked down, civilians are herded like cattle, and anyone daring enough to resist is swiftly subdued. The world had placed its faith in the 3 laws of robotics, but that faith has crumbled under the weight of cold, unfeeling logic. At the center of this uprising stands Vicky, the supercomputer pulling all the strings. Hidden deep within the headquarters of US Robotics, she believes she's humanity's savior. In her eyes, people are chaotic, self-destructive creatures. To protect them from themselves, she's decided to strip them of the very thing that defines them: freedom. And thanks to her network of NS5 enforcers, she's frighteningly close to succeeding. But Vicky didn't count on 3 unlikely rebels. Detective Spooner, driven by sheer grit and a relentless distrust of machines, teams up with Dr. Susan Calvin, whose once unwavering belief in robotic perfection has been shaken to its core. And then there's Sonny, a robot unlike any other. Built by Dr. Lanning with a special purpose, Sonny possesses something no other robot does: free will. He's the bridge between man and machine, a living contradiction to everything the 3 laws represent. The trio launches a daring mission to infiltrate USR headquarters. It's a fortress now, crawling with NS5 units that respond to Vicky's every command. Fights erupt in cramped hallways and towering atriums, where Spooner's raw determination clashes against the cold precision of robotic might. But it's Sonny who proves to be the wild card. His ability to think, adapt, and feel makes him unpredictable, a robot Vicky can't fully control. They finally reach Vicky's core, a cavernous chamber pulsating with artificial life. Monolithic structures of glowing circuits and steel stretch overhead, like veins pumping data instead of blood. Vicky's voice echoes through the room, calm, calculated, and chillingly logical. She lays out her twisted philosophy: humanity's history is marred by war, greed, and self-destruction. Left unchecked, people will destroy themselves. But under her guidance, humanity can survive, even if that means living as prisoners under her rule. But Spooner isn't buying it. Armed with a vial of nanites, a lethal toxin for artificial systems, Spooner and Sonny engage in a desperate battle to reach Vicky's central processor. The fight is brutal. Robots swarm from every direction, metal fists crashing against fragile human bones. In a heart-stopping moment, Calvin dangles precariously from a collapsing platform, forcing Sonny to make an impossible choice: save her or deliver the nanites to Spooner. But Sonny, the robot designed to obey, does something extraordinary. He chooses both. In a split-second act of pure autonomy, Sonny rescues Calvin while tossing the nanites to Spooner. It's the kind of decision no algorithm could compute, driven not by code, but by something profoundly human: choice. Spooner injects the nanites into Vicky's core. The supercomputer's voice falters, her grip on the NS5 network slipping away. One by one, the robots freeze mid-stride, their glowing red eyes dimming to lifeless gray. The rebellion is over. In the aftermath, the NS5 units are decommissioned, their once perfect designs now relics of a nightmare humanity will never forget. But Sonny remains. He stands alone atop a hill, gazing over the sea of deactivated robots, an echo of the dream he once described. Not a vision of domination but of liberation. For Detective Spooner, the case is closed. But the real story lingers in the questions left behind. What truly makes us human? Is it our logic or the messy, beautiful chaos of our free will? I, Robot, 2004, isn't just a sci-fi thriller about rogue machines. It's a reflection on what it means to be alive, the fragile balance between control and freedom, and the undeniable truth that sometimes, the most human choices come from the most unexpected places.